for our Patreon to generate the research for hot stone therapy. Our Patreon site, you know, they're going to be the ones that get to see the larger footage that we work with, you know, the ongoing stuff.
Yeah.
And in the future, I do want to try and bring your sister in, or somebody who can set up a different angle camera with your phone and have a different angle on you.
Yeah.
During participation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea for a visual effect, because you do have a couple of phones that can be recording in on the Zoom at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Also,
would be nice that to be.
That would help me. That would help me to book times to work with people who are helping you and help them position the stones and stuff like that. I think I'm going to order you a set of your own stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the next project of, like, we got the plants, we got you're doing the tea, you're doing some breathing exercises, we got the digestive work going. So we're doing things. This is next.
Yeah.
Getting you.
I just
set.
Let it go.
Let it go. Sorry, I got the doggies.
Yeah. I'm demoralized a little bit in both aspects of my life right now. One, politics, which I that was like my coming to life kind of thing. Like, it woke me up, and so I followed Bernie, and he let me down, and then
there isn't a person
who's
gonna let you down, honey.
And then I followed him again because the last time it was totally a different party that rigged the election, but this time it was him that let him down. The 2020 election let.
So I want you, and the only reason why I'm gonna stop you right there is because you're not wrong, but we can change perspectives so it doesn't attack our cellular function, because we are a being on this planet beyond the story being told right now. We are an esoteric being that has come to participate in the madness currently happening right now. And believe it or not, you did make a choice to be here now. And that's astrology. Astrology says, no matter what hemisphere the astrology is from, what culture, the comprehension of the stars, the science that is astrology, and understanding its comprehension of us in the universe, place in the universe, this is bigger and larger. And when we begin to consider things on that level, this puny little shit that's happening right now becomes insignificant.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the comprehension of Matrix.
Let me just finish my story.
Go ahead. I just want you to
and I'll tell you more about what's been happening lately, and that will be pretty surprising.
Because I am in politics.
So the 2020 election, the 2016 election was a failure of the Democratic Party, pushing Bernie down. The 2020 election was a failure of Bernie laying the people down. I mean, he just let everyone down.
Yeah.
And then, so after that, I just checked out of politics. I was just like watching Jimmy Dore, the Jimmy Dore show, just for laughs, and just, I was kind of like, I used to watch The Daily Show and the Colbert Report, because it was like, they're just like, I wanted to keep want to know what's going on with our government, and also want to laugh.
Yeah.
And
Not
so
take it so serious. Yeah.
And so that's what Jimmy Dore did, was he was keeping up. He was just a more like, he was actually like a real figure. Like he was actually like not
There's
doing
some lady
propaganda.
you might like. She's pretty satire-ish. I forget what it was called, but Ludacris was hosting her first show. He was I don't know.
Yeah. So anyways, I basically checked out after that. And then Jimmy Dore had this idea of the progressives in the Congress. There's like 15 of them, like series 15 of them, that could actually lose leverage to withhold their vote for Nancy Pelosi and get a floor vote for Medicare for all. And use that as leverage, like say, we won't vote for you unless you put the Medicare for all on the House floor for a debate and a vote. And it's like as simple as ask. It's like we're in a pandemic. It's like what is like, it's like we're in a pandemic. We're in a depression. It's like people are freaking dying left to right. My mom just told me about like how
businesses are going under, people are losing everything they got. They made plans, they had contingency plans, everything's failing. Go on.
Yeah. My mom just told me that back in like it's getting really bad in the South, like South California. Like people are dying, like they're claiming out like
yeah, it's that if it wasn't just elders, if it was more kids and more 35-year-olds, then we might be paying better attention to it. But because it's elders, nobody really gives a shit. There's this sort of
actually it's changed because it's now more for it. I'm always saying it's like more like 40, like that's becoming more like 40-year-olds.
So it's impacting.
Yeah. And so I just think that was like the simplest ask them. And so just to leverage the vote. And it's like Jim Dore came up with this idea. It's like the Progressive Caucus should become with this idea. And it's like we had no government. And so then when Jimmy Dore was trying to force a vote on it by trying to pressure them to do this, because that's basically what FDR said, make me do this. You have to push me to do this kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't get to have permission just to do what I want to do. I have to do what the people demand.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what being in our system means. If we're not going to demand it, we don't get shit. And that's what some of us refuse to do. We refuse to demand what is ought to be. And I think it drives us mad. I think personally, that's a personal issue that I have, is my unwillingness to give a shit about the stupidity of the direction that they're going, and I just take care of me. It drives me mad because nobody takes heed and does things for themselves as the only means of battle against having to depend on them and having to ask them. Fuck, I need to ask somebody to get something that I fucking have and it's mine already. Like, you know what I mean? Like the right to be, the right to live, the right to have things in a system that says there's enough. If we know there's enough. If you know there's enough and you don't give enough and share enough and do and make sure that everybody has enough, then it's criminal to have a system and decide into that system and to participate into that system. Makes me a criminal. And that's why we're a population in prison. I'm sorry. Did you just get me started? So I live at the level that you're, the angst that you're at, because
that was actually one of the things that that I thought about was like, I don't even want to go on like AGT or any of these like in these kind of like talent shows because
Yeah.
I'm complicit. I'm complicit in their and just they're trying to
And there's a
put people to
sadness about
sleep.
that, huh? There's a
Like,
sadness that once I thought it was great, once I thought there was an opportunity for us all to live like the television show Fame, you know, that we could just break out into song and dance and tell our heart's desire and resolve the issues, you know, and or that we could dream big, and the dream was so important and so valid that, you know, to at any cost to make it happen is the plight that we martyr and share, and want to see experiencing when we watch these shows. But if we become complacent, if we find no desire in them that sparks us, then it's sad. It's sad we lost that. It's sad they lost us the dream that we had.
yeah,
You know, and that's what politics did. That's what Bernie did. That's what, you know, that whole letdown. And those shows, they wound up letting us down too, because for all of their satire and all of their awareness, they said nothing. They did nothing for, you know, in the end. They became complacent. It was a way of being complacent.
yeah. They give you $1 million where $1 million is like nothing.
A dollar, especially
Yeah,
with our
it's
cash.
it used to be a lot.
Especially if you don't know what to do with your dollar. If you don't know,
Yeah,
share your dollar, spread your dollar, make your dollar hit 1,000 more people, then or turn it into electronic money or turn it into mineral money, then you don't know how to do finances, and you're just generating that dollar's loss
yeah,
that we're going through now. And it's fine to go through the loss now. I don't mind a cashless society. I dig it. I dig it. There's got to be more than a philanthropy society for that, though. You notice that, you know, we're all of South America and part of Europe is dependent currently on Cuba, because the revolution is wellness, and they are the only ones that got the lockdown on wellness.
yeah.
So let's just start there, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, like, you know, like all these shows, they the $1 million prizes, it's like that.
Radio station giving away $1,000.
People think that's so much money. It's like you can't even buy a house in California for that. Like my house right now, my house I'm living right now is like $800,000.
Yeah.
So it's just like people think that because the cost of living has gone up so far that they're that these prices are going up as much, but they're not. The cost of living is going up, but the prizes that they're giving out is like just like the minimum. It should be like $2 or $3 million. It should be like $5 million for a cash prize now.
But it's just the depletion of the dollar, man. They're just, the only reason why they got this prizes is they not only that, okay, the way the entertainment value works is like if they give away the $1 million, they generate the market that gives them, if they generate, let's say 5 million people watching, if each person that they get watching is putting down $1, that's $5 million. So to give away $1 million in order to get 5 million, that's basic, you know, come on, I'll invest $1 to get fucking 5, you know what I mean? That's what we're dealing with, you know, but that $1 million becomes something greater to somebody else if they know what to do with it. If I had the talent of knowledge that was so stupid that it could get me $1 million, you think I wouldn't fucking spend the time to utilize that to get that $1 million? if it meant studying the fucking thesaurus or whatever the hell it is that they got to do in order. But I've tried studying the thesaurus, man. It's not a talent that I have.
Yeah.
What is it? Not the thesaurus. What's the one? The almanacs. You study the fucking almanac and you study goddamn thesauruses. You can get on any game show you want to get on and make $1 million fucking dollars, man. But you know, Jeopardy ain't my life, and I don't know how to make it my life because $1 million ain't my life. You know what I mean? And let me just start by saying my budget's $50 million just to start basic. So until I got that, and I'm just generating the steps to get there, right?
Yeah.
And I have my steps. My steps have always been the same since I'm 3 years old. Use your talent to get your steps achieved, whatever they may be. You know, and I can have an attainable goal that's unreachable. I can have a reachable goal that's unattainable. It is just about perspective. And it is just about my ability to do my due diligence that I need to do. That makes sense with my talents. Now that's a completely different comprehension than capacity. My capacity of my dollar versus my ability of my dollar are two different things. When I have a dollar that I can share, I can make that dollar feed so many people. When I have a dollar that I can't share, it's got a limited capacity. So knowledge of how to use which dollar for what, and when I got a dollar and when I don't got a dollar, you know, and really understanding currency, that if I give back into this currency, then I get that currency back into me. But if I don't get this currency into the system so that it evaporates and I start hoarding that currency, and that currency can't evaporate into the ecosystem that creates the currency and exchanges into different currencies all throughout the comprehension,
it's like,
then that's what we call recycled water. You know, it's not giving back to the system, the ecosystem.
Yeah, it's like the billionaires that hoard all their they save all their money. They lay off people, and it's
but in reality they're investing into solid mineral money or bit and cryptocurrencies and things like that. So they are generating a different currency each time. They're just not putting it back into the one that it was gotten from, which means those don't have that trickle down effect that they deserve karmically, at least not from that motherfucker, because they'll get it. Karma has no way but to find you. If you invested, I promise you, somehow it will come back to you. Whether it was labor or love or money, it will come back to you. It might not come back to you from the thing that you think you deserve it coming back from you, or the one who ought to pay the dues, you know, but it does come back to you. So again, it's about understanding the tiny effect and the greater effect, you know, and that's what astrology sort of does. It allows us to see the larger picture, but it also understands the tiny molecular structure of interaction, you know.
This brings us full circle because
always I'm a secular.
My mom got an astrology book because my mom knows my friend named Arjun, and he is really big in astrology. His dad, well, he is not really big. He's big in astrology, but his dad is from India. So his dad's like his dad's like a big astrology guy, and he got like, it's like as generation kind of thing. And so
super cool.
So my mom bought this book called The Only Astrology Book You Only Need, and it's telling her about like all different things that is like that she's like shocked. She's like
my world. That's how I got started.
Yeah, she's like chirping like people like one of the things was like you were about tripping because you would trip a lot over. She's an Aquarius. So she trips
Is it
a
an
lot.
Aquarius? My mom's an Aquarius too. When's her birthday again?
February 13th.
Mine's the mom is the February 4th. So, and then I just had like, I don't know how you say a nemesis. If you would call a friend a nemesis, I think I was a horrible friend, but I tried to be friends with someone, and they were an Aquarius, and your mom clashes with me a little bit, and my mom doesn't clash with me, but we're definitely like from other planets.
Yeah.
You know, for how much we're alike and how much we get along, we're definitely do things differently and than each other.
What are you?
Philosophies.
What are you?
I'm a Virgo. But if I were, okay, so that's the astrology that we find. And then, but if I did Ayurvedic astrology, which I think it would be from the culture that your friends are from.
Yeah.
Or at least a similar culture.
Well, there's also a topic of polar opposites.
Yes.
And so I don't know, maybe you're variable. I don't know. I've read the book, so I don't know what the polar opposite of a Virgo is.
But Virgo, it is Aquarius, and so it is ironic, and opposites attract as much. So I think the thing that all the things we didn't like were all the things we did like, and all the things we did like were all the things we didn't like. It was kind of like crazy. It was like, you know, it was like, God, you're so fucking different than me, and that's sort of what draws me to, you know, pulling apart what you think of yourself and what you think your tolerances are and what you think your acceptances are and stretching them just a tiny bit and then saying, no, yeah, see, no, that's how come I don't like you.
Yeah.
You know, and just being able to like, no, yeah, confirmation.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what I find with a lot of people is like, until you can really walk in sort of line with some of my thinking, it's gonna feel like a lot of bullshit. It's gonna feel like a lot of bullshit because, like you said, it's not as though I'm writing shit down and like telling you where I got my sources from. Like, no, man, I just read a book just like you.
Yeah.
Like I read that astrology book, only I was 18 when I did it, you know, and I read 3 others to confirm that one, you know, type shit.
Yeah.
You know, or I read aura books about aura and stuff like that. And I went to the library and I decided nobody taught me better than me of the subjects I was interested in. I can go and read. I mean, I can go and take a class on a point of interest, you know, but I wouldn't, for whatever reason, having to pay for it meant I had to follow their rules about how I learned about it. But if I just went and I got the books from the library, I could learn it however I wanted to learn it. So I decided to read and have my own interpretations of things and highlight what I thought was important and consider that a study to go further into, you know? And so, yeah, one thing led to another. When I read about cavemen, and then I read that the first thing that they fucking paid attention to was the stars and how to fucking, you know, comprehend life on the planet based on like comprehending that we were a part of a fucking greater solar system. Hello, that shit says science to me. When you told me that their fucking glandular activity is larger in their brains than ours are now, hello, that shit taught me some shit. So then that leads to other books. How did they eat? How did they think? How did the blah, 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 blah. So 20 years later, now everybody else is into the paleo diet. Now everybody else is into comprehending keto diet to strengthen your neurological and glandular functions in your brain. You know what I mean? So it's like all the shit that I was studying at 18, people are just now starting to like find the same realities that I found, only they did the work. Like you're saying, like you're like, they did the work. They wrote it down, they rewrote it, they reinterpreted it, they told it again and again, and they got new books made and they got new diets made and they did that stuff. All I got to do is think about it. All I got to do is think about it. If I'm thinking about it, 10 others are thinking about it. We're all going to use our talents to get us there. If it ain't my talent, I don't got to do it. I'll take my talent and I'll do with it.
Talk about the collective conscious.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how I know where my children are at all times. You know what I mean? Even though they're not with me at all times. I have that confidence. And there is some danger in that because people do ride in on the frequency and fucking disrupt your shit and try to take you off course. And that's why it's important to not be so taken in by the sitcoms and the fucking false revolutions. And you got to comprehend what the real revolution is all fucking times. And I guarantee you it ain't changed on this planet other than being healthy.
I remember last night I was trying to put my computer to sleep and it would turn on and I put it to sleep and it would turn back on and I put it to sleep and it turned back on. No, stop turning on. And so I put it to sleep and turn it on. And so I just shut off. It's because I was just fed up.
Frequency fucking.
I want to have a moment of like just silence for myself. And the thing is
so that to me is telling you. So like I used to feel battled about shit, right? Because I would try to turn something off and it wouldn't go off, and I would try, like I'm trying to fucking ground here. Like I can't ground with all this free radical electricity flowing, right? So like I do want to have cable and I don't want to wait an hour for it to reboot when I fucking la 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 la. So all this other kind of stuff. So like turning off my machines became fucking a pain in the ass.
Well, the thing about
the cable.
Well, think about me turning
your environment. I have to unplug everything and we still hear it. It's still on.
Yeah. Well, the thing about me is that if I turn my computer off, I can't turn it back on.
Exactly.
So I mean,
that's why they get you in the drive-thru.
That's why I put it to sleep because
But it's not off when it's asleep.
Yeah, it's not off when it's asleep.
If anything moves in the environment, it turns on.
Yeah. So I mean, I just I was just trying to freaking get some moment peace, and it's just like
building in frustration instead of
I was just like, come on, it's like the fans are bothering me, and it was like I felt like someone was fucking with me. I felt really like someone was like there was like some like person in the Silicon Valley just like talking with you and just like
and then you're not special. Hey, they're fucking with all of us.
Hey, it's I was like, hey, there's someone fucking with me right now.
Right? I'll do that too. I'll be like, look. But here's the thing, somebody is fucking with you, right? And I want to say this in the nicest way possible so as that we don't go thinking that we're crazy or anything like that, but something is fucking with you. And it is like your higher being or the free radical frequencies that you're triggering in the environment that is whatever is unsettled in the environment. And there could be so many different things. It could be inside it, outside it could be, and there are this way of life is made to fuck with our frequencies, and I have stopped thinking that there's little people inside of rooms specifically designed to target who to fuck with. You know what I mean? Like monkeys, 12 monkeys. Like they know exactly where to fucking send you in order to be a disruptor in that environment. And change the fucking truth of the matter. But and I that's a great movie. You know what I mean? It's really hard to get off of that movie and off of the Matrix and out of that thinking that there is.
I'll have to watch that.
An entity.
12 Monkeys. I've seen the Matrix.
Great. I love it.
So I'll have to watch that.
And it gets better too. Theoretically, the television show 12 Monkeys gets way better as far as like they're not just going back into the future, man. They're fighting fucking time, dude. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
The point, though, to kind of bring it back is that we're not going crazy. There is definitely a way of life that disrupts our free radical energy. I don't know that it's done on purpose. I don't know that it's you know, the powers that be that are honing in on, like I used to say, prayer frequency to disrupt prayer frequency in general.
Yeah.
You know, like if we comprehend frequencies, then they comprehend frequencies. If they comprehend frequencies, then are they sitting there fucking like X-Men, you know, just got to put their cap on and like hone into all the frequencies, and then all next thing you know, they can disrupt this person wants peace, fuck up their peace, fuck up their, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I truly believe that disruption is so valuable that we would create chaos like that for the people? Because that creates chaos, that creates chaotic thinking. You now have to express yourself and can't feel that you can, to your parents, to your, you know, to your folks and all this other kind of stuff. You know, it becomes isolating. To think that somebody's after us, to get into these thoughts and become, you know what I mean? You know,
it makes someone go crazy. Make someone go crazy.
Make somebody go crazy, you know? And I sometimes willingly go there.
And then they can put you in a sense so you're crazy.
Right. And if you become too powerful, they can stop you and prevent you. You know, and that's the fear factor that we get into. That's the fight or flight that we're constantly palpitating our hearts at, with the trigger of how our brain is thinking. And I know that that's a fear for you and I, because we think politically and we create politically, and we are what, if there's time travelers, we're time shifters. Any one thought process that we have, you know, is so collectively involved because we're so aware that we shift society based on just our thought.
Well, I just feel like I'm being targeted.
I want you to understand that you're not wrong, but also that we're not entirely right, that there's a different perspective to have. And that is that you're also in charge of that disruption. And that disruption is telling you, don't be bothered about unplugging shit and turning shit off. Get it off. If you truly want it off, get it off. And then when you want it on, turn it back on and deal with whatever it is that you got to deal with to turn it back on. Because we know that it's difficult, but that ought not stop you from your wellness. And that, sir, is the battle dance. That is the wellness revolution. I shan't be bothered to have my wellness. I will fight for it.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So off is off. Sleep is not off. That is your lesson. And that is what the spirits, or if you will, your higher self, trying to let you know by the disruption. So we can say that it's outside, or we can say that it's inside. The inside we're able to do something about. The outside we are not able to do anything about, and that's why it drives us mad. And that's what's wanted around here. So we become the disruption that we are fighting against when we lack the clarity or the resolve to say, I'm frustrated. What are the omens trying to tell me here in my frustration? This shit won't turn off. I want it off. What do I got to do? Shoot it in his fucking head. Put some salt on it. I don't know. What do I got to fucking do? But I got to do something because it's got to turn off.
Yeah, I just feel like since I have no fear of death, and I am a really supporter of peace. I think that is like that would be like the main fear of this option, because their whole economy is based on war,
conflict, chaos,
and they would have to shoot me to make me
stop putting your good vibrations in the universe.
To mute me, they have to kill me.
Yeah.
And
thought is powerful. It's that powerful.
Yeah. Because I don't give a shit. I mean, I remember I was yeah, I just don't, I really don't fear death at all. I mean, I've almost died twice. I've almost died like 3 times. I don't know. I could have done more than that. I don't know. It's just a lot. I've died like, it's like I've gotten to the point where I just like, I don't fear it at all. I actually welcome it. And that's something that most people can't say.
I definitely always say that I'm ready to meet my maker at any given time. You know, I have children, so to die by their side and to, you know, live by their side is equally important to me. You know, I've lived enough to know that, yeah, I can go at any time. You know, there's no fear. I am without fear of death. I have a great fear of living not to my fullest. I have a great fear of dishonoring my potential. Um, um,
And that's the only reason why I don't really welcome death that much.
yeah, I'm not advantageous.
I'm not going to like kill myself.
Just resolve.
I mean, I feel like I could do a lot better. I feel like I can really like.
I just think you can do breathing exercises and comprehend. I like somebody watching a video that we did, and we talked about breathing into your nose. She is a trainer. She trains, and she expressed today the power of just forcing your breath through your body, whether you can feel it or not. You know, the power to use your stomach and say, I will breathe into my guts, and I will expand my guts, and then I will compress my guts. And as I exhale, and I will forcefully push my belly button to my spine as best as I can. And when we mindfully do that, how the breath reaches the toes, how powerful that is. And so, and that's your thought process that makes that happen. That is only through thinking can you force your breath into your belly. Only through thinking can you restrict your muscles into your guts, into your spine, through your exhale. So there's no other way to get there. You have to purposefully have thought and the power of thought behind every single breath for that breath to be as powerful as it is. But in watching you practice and us practice, maybe burp right now, that was you know, it taught her. So even your experience teaches people the power of breath and the power of thought, and that those are some of our power of creation, our only true powers, man. We create because we think. You know, without thought, we don't exist. We have no ego to confirm the knowledge.
I just I have no words.
Shall we get into our practice?
Yeah.
Is that a good intro into breathing exercises now?
Yeah.
All right.
But I would like to
back up in the back. Down in the front. Tell your sister. Down in the front.
With you that I'm very demoralized on my voice.
I guess that's why I was trying to like express to you the greater and the larger picture. You know, you're so much more than the predicaments that they put us in when it comes to our government's fucking bullshit, swinging us around, like, you know, selling us hope, selling us change, and then selling us fucking, you know, selling us cash and then taking away our security and giving us back half.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different, we have to comprehend that we are fighting for liberty. Okay, don't give me education. Not George Carlin. Who do I love? Dick Gregory. Okay.
Yeah.
I fucking live by this shit, dude. I'm not kidding. Yeah. I live by this. Okay. This is like, I don't want your education. I don't want your freedom. I don't want your fucking acknowledgement. I don't want to be like you. I have my liberties and I am allotted in life as all liberty, period. I want, and there's nothing else that I'm going to fight for, you know? Yeah. So, and, you know, that's not to say, you know, that it's a tough one. I don't know how to fucking think, man. Am I a socialist? Am I a socialist, capitalist, you know, capitalistic socialist? Am I a libertarian socialist, you know, social, you know, what is it, you know, that I adhere to? And I know how to work. I'll work in any fucking thing.
The labels.
Yeah, the labels. Thank you.
Before you get your past labels.
Republican, Democratic.
I'm for the people. I'm for the people. I'm for people, and helping my fellow countrymen.
Well, and then here's the thing. I'm not going to say I'm not fucking prejudiced, man. If you think a certain way, I have prejudices against that way of thinking. That's not to say your race, your creed, or anything like that, but think like a motherfucker who destroys shit and I will treat you biased.
Yeah.
I will find that ill and against my way of life that is for creation. Now, it doesn't make me right. It doesn't make me right. Just because I like peace and you like to destroy doesn't mean you're fucking wrong, dude. That's the fucked up part about being human on a goddamn scope. There's so many fucking ways to be right. We don't know. We all walk on this planet. So you just have to choose a battle, man. You just have to choose what your principles are and you just have to stand for them. And not because you hate somebody else or you hate or dislike somebody else or find somebody else repulsive or like to just be against something. Or if you find it stupid and think that those, you know, righteousness and all this other shit is dumb and we all need greed, like whatever it is that floats your boat and makes you stand up for what you stand up for, like I hope it's true for you, because otherwise, you know, that's all we can hope for, because we're existing on this planet as a collective of the planet. So what's right for them over there is not right for us over here. But somehow we all got to live that the planet is calling for our emotions. The planet is calling for our unrest. The planet is calling because it somehow has to teach us something. And that is the thought process that she needs, because we walk upon her. She needs our evolution. And if it's fraught with chaotic fucking comprehensions, then so be it. We are breaking down inside of ourselves and building up constantly. And I cannot fault her for calling her charge. And if we are the ones that are fighting inside the thought process, we are the electricity that is her hair, that is the brain synapses that are going on, that are battling to rectify the soul of the planet, then okay. Because I'm but a bit fucking part and I have a tiny fucking comprehension. And I'll not call it all. Just call it collecting, you know, I don't know what I'll call it. I'm not calling it all, but I am part of the all. You know, and so it's like I can get lost inside of other people's thinkings and other people's battles and other people's comprehensions and the sorrow that it afflicts upon me and the madness that it fucking makes me react. I can get lost in that. I can go to war over that. I absolutely can, you know, and I can find resolve in my place, in my life, that gives me the ability to fight for what my life is calling me to fight for based on where the planet puts my feet. I know that's a difficult comprehension for you because oftentimes you don't get to touch the ground. but you're doing that lately. And even if you were to go and sit in the rain, you would have that same effect of being able to touch the ground and stand. If you go and you place yourself by the tree and you're able to sit next to the tree, you will find that charge of the earth, and you will find her charge within you every time. And even if you are stationary forever where you're at right now, there is every single consideration that every single one of those trees surrounding you is calling you to think. And that is the earth saying that you are needed right fucking there. So these are the battles that we have. There's the charge that, no, this ain't where I'm supposed to be. Fuck you, I gotta go. And that's valid too. You know, so we have to take everything with a grain of salt and find where its value is. So let's do some breathing exercise. I'm gonna let you exhale a few times. I'm gonna find my coffee. I'm gonna be sad if I can't find my coffee. Do so, exhale completely and inhale completely 5 to 8 times, and do your breathing exercises.
Do you have any, I burned my tongue because I
drank some tea?
Having tea. And is there any kind of wellness for that?
So no, it's usually a sting that usually stays with you for a couple of days, but that's a bummer. I mean, other than just like sucking on ice and always having ice, anytime you burn anything, you keep ice on it until the pain goes away, and that's how we do it. Yeah, it's no matter what the burn is, ice and cold, and just ice it until the pain goes away. Never lift off your burn until the pain is gone. Always keep it on. And if you can't keep the ice on constantly, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, count to 20 and then take it off, and then count to 20 and then take it off, like keep it on, in other words. So like with the ice, it's just keep drinking ice cold. And be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful. All right, breathe.
Okay.
Oh, I found my coffee. Doing your breathing exercises. Breathing deep into the nose as much as you can. Exhaling slow. Considering your breath and where it is going and pushing it to the bottom of your belly. Comprehending that when you open up your belly, it's the same feeling as if you were going to the bathroom. I know it's not pretty, but that's what your stomach does. And as we exhale, we consider slowly pressing our belly button to our spine. We focus on our belly, but we don't stop when we fill up our belly. We then continue to fill up our lungs, pushing our belly to the ceiling. As we inhale and as we exhale with the bottom of our belly pressing to our guts with resistance, we blow out of our nose, pressing slowly with resistance, exhaling completely, and then emptying out our lungs once we're finally done emptying out our belly. We call it 4-part breathing. Into the stomach, bottom of the stomach. Again, feeling the same as you would if you were using the restroom. Inhale the lungs till you can't no more, and press the belly button as we exhale. And empty out the lungs once we're done. Our goal is to pay attention to our esophagus,
Stop stretching, breathing in fuzzy.
our tendons, just kind of feeling everything expand. Last time, feeling everything compress all the way empty. And just to kind of give the example, bottom of the belly. And then the lungs, bottom of the belly empty. And then the lungs with resistance. Inhale the big giant belly with resistance. And then the lungs. Exhale, bottom of the belly first. And then the esophagus, and then the lungs. 4-part breathing. As we exhale completely, we feel the tension release of our lungs. As we inhale completely, we feel the tension build in our neck. Okay, so we're paying attention to oxygen being pushed through our body and what that actually feels like when we have the thought.
I don't know if I even feel my lungs fill up.
Okay. But your thought process is focused on your stomach expanding. You have to have faith that your body is doing what you're telling it to do without like somebody standing there and confirming for you. So trust that when you feel like you're doing a bowel movement as you inhale, that you're doing it correctly. Trust that when you feel like you might need to burp as you exhale, that you're doing it correctly. So where there's other clues that we look for that let us know, but mostly because your thought process says to, and you are with resistance, inhaling and exhaling, and that resistance, you know you're pulling it apart, but it's like you're pulling it apart with resistance. So you're building the collagen that is inside of the muscles, that is inside of the tendons that are the core, that help hold your body parts together.
So when I breathe in, I'm supposed to be resisting.
When you breathe in, you're supposed to be expanding. So I went ahead while you had your eyes closed, but I'll send you the video.
Okay.
I stood up and I did kind of inhalations. Makes me burp. So down here is the bottom of the belly, and as we inhale, we fill up the belly and then the lungs. And as we exhale, we press the belly and then the lungs. So that's 4-part. In, out, out. Okay, so it's difficult for anyone. It's not easy. Sorry, my son just kind of talked with me for a second. So it's difficult to get it right for anybody. Everybody has a real. I just cannot tell you. After 1,000 years of not breathing correctly, it is just really difficult for people to start breathing correctly. So if I weren't telling people 20 times a day, I wouldn't fucking know how to breathe. And I've been trained as a singer to breathe this way. And I've been trained as a swimmer to breathe this way. And most athletes are trained how to breathe, but I guarantee you they're not told to breathe like that all the time. So the way of breathing with a thought process is called, life force. Come on, man, it's ignition. We are the liftoff through our nose, and we push the fire, from our belly up to our brain so that we can see clearly the reality that is before us instead of all the illusion. Elimination, not illusion, motherfucker. Shout out to Lulu's. I'm just kidding. So now are we gonna do some AEIOUs? Oh, you're getting the breath right. Good, good, good.
In a couple of days. Break bread, sucker. This was your idea. Well, I did discuss a couple ideas with Chris. How about $100 gift card for the
got the TV on in the background. I don't know if it's disturbing.
Supposed to. How about weeks for the lunches at the bar and grill? What's going on there? These guys are trying to pump me for what the prize is going to be on the motorcycle they have. And did you tell them? Well, I'm telling everybody.
Guys, distract a little bit.
All right, sorry.
Huh?
It's $1,000. How's that going to work? Nobody's not working with theirs. How's that going to compete with the Brody shop? Don't have any money hardly in most of these fights. We're not going to go. It's the problem. It's gross profit percentage. Whoever makes the most profit percentage. I still don't see how that is going to work. Use that noggin that you're not using for hair. I'm not an anesthesiologist. I can't do that kind of math. What about my body? You did your back here, and I don't really agree with it. So I don't know what you're like. I don't really care. I understand. But I think mine will bring it. Better. Maybe not. See what happens. Maybe this is a good time for us to get back to work. Y'all go big on here. It's $1,000. Whoever makes the most profit. All right. Man, I need to follow up on my messages.
All right. I hope this whole video wasn't shot because of that. I thought you said you couldn't hear it.
Oh. Time.
Right there underneath. Very difficult to be professional all the time. Because like I'm recording. And be able to, we stay focused, and even in times of being, having to adjust, and that's sort of like learning to find that inner peace inside constantly is exhausting. And so we do veg out and decide, okay, I'm going to be distracted. And then we get irritated by what we distract ourselves with. So remember that our situations and stuff are always our spirit trying to challenge us to do as we say we're going to do. If you say you're going to calm the fuck down in the middle of chaos, then learn to calm the fuck down in the middle of chaos. I can't do it all the time. The more I love something, the harder it is for me to do. And that's the challenge. Being so passionate and knowing how to be passionate inside of a storm it's difficult to manage, man. It's on the best day. But this is why we have the practice, so that we can call on it. Especially when we need to focus and have our time, like, I struggle a lot with itemizing my time and giving it what I committed to. So right now, I don't want to get sidetracked. We're going to commit to doing our vocal training. We did our breathing. We got our place in our brain to do our breathing. So we're going to exhale completely and make sure that we're still on that. And we're going to jump right into our AEIOUs. And we're going to do the 4-part again, the AEIOU, 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 AEIOU. Really high. I did that wrong. But I want to do it. Do you want to do it fast, or do you want to do it slow for the first 3 times?
Slow.
You want to do slow the first 3 times?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Let's give us our lowest one. Good job.
Again, yeah.
Try it. You had some really good tonality there, I thought.
I'm practicing, and that's one of the reasons why I've been demoralized, because I made some good I've been doing it every day for about 2 hours, I would say.
Bless your heart. Thanks.
And it was making great improvements. And now it's a floor where I can't make it. I can't make I can't make any more improvements. I don't like my voice.
Okay. All right. I don't know about you, but I'm hugely stage fright. So there's also that. So you're learning that every little thing counts. The way we think, the way, you know, we're interacting with things, the strain of life that we're under. So I don't always feel like singing. And sometimes I feel really bad on the inside when I don't feel like singing. Like, wow, I didn't practice today. My God, like the last thing I want to do is belt out an emotional song that's going to trigger some emotions in me. I got no desire to do that. You know, but the staying in the practice anyways, that's when you know that you're committed to your art.
Well, it's like I don't want to sing. I sing it, but I've been singing it because I like the song, like the song words down, and that's basically that was the only reason I was singing it. It's just so I get song words down, because there's two parts that trip me up every time, and I've been trying to get that down. And
do it 2 more times, and then
but can I just say,
yeah.
So as I've been going through that, my voice has not been getting better. My voice has been getting it's been getting just the same. I thought it was going to get better.
Politics is affecting this. Why? What's your thought process against the politics? Do you think it's the free radical electricity of the electronics, or what is it that you're relating to the demoralizing that you're feeling politically versus the lack of expression in your voice that you're trying to achieve? How did those correlate for you?
They don't. I don't.
I was driving those things together, and I was like, I don't get it. So I'm glad they don't. Okay, good.
Yeah, and so I sing. I want to sound good.
Yeah.
I want to sound good, and it doesn't sound good.
Oh, I think the demoralizing part, I think you were just talking about the fact that now you're not doing it for the achievement that you were before, which was like the shows and that whole thing, because you kind of lost it. I think that there was I was trying to figure out
Well, I mean, it was always about like when I wanted to start to sing, my end goal was to sing good.
Yeah.
Was to be able to sing good and be able to, and it was progressing like really dramatically over the last couple of this last month.
Yeah, with the practice.
And it's now just hit a plateau.
Now
it's not like it's same, and I can hear my voice, and doesn't I don't like it.
That's all right. I didn't like my voice I still don't like my voice. Nobody likes their voice. That's why it keeps us going. Our efforts to practice and practice and practice, I hope. We talked a little bit about how I've always wanted a more aggressive voice, and I can't seem to get away from singing very pretty, and I have no hip hop sound, and I have no rock and roll. I sound like a television show, you know, and I just can never get out of that. But there was a time when I didn't even think that was singing. I thought that, you know what I mean? And I had to learn to appreciate even the ability to get a tone out. Like this is what you're saying, that I just want my tones to sound on point when I hit them. But that's ear training, your brain sound, that's all kinds of connections that we're trying to practice. And without the practice of doing it, you'll never hit them. So that's why we go through the A-E-I-O-U, 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 A-E-I-O-U. See, I'm stage fright. This is stage fright. I can hit those notes, but stage fright. I now am more concerned about how they sound on the frequency, because even though my ear can hear them and I can hit them, they might not sound right over the frequency of the inner, you know, there's all kinds of sound picks up, it all picks up differently. So where I think I sound really good, it might come off. I know I don't pick up high pitches in recording very well. So I all of a sudden get stage fright. Oh man, it's like it sound like, you know, like I want it to. So all of a sudden my thought process kept my voice from achieving it. Even though I know how to achieve it. So I practiced those notes 1,000 times. It just takes me a while to get there because I have a mental block that says it won't sound good. No matter how, you know, like it's not going to be Mariah Carey. It's not going to be, you know, what's that broad's name? Christina Aguilera. You know, I can't hit that high pitched note and make it sound good. But the notes I can hit, if I can make those ones sound good, eventually I'll have enough practice to get up there and hit the notes that I can't hit and make them sound good. But it takes practice. So don't ever be discouraged. It's a lifetime journey of comprehending sound, comprehending how to get the sound out. Some people have a really strong ear and they can do it. You know, they hear something one time and just get it out and be able to hit that pitch, whether it's on a freaking keyboard or a guitar, like they know it. That doesn't, and with practice, they have a fearlessness that is just note with the voice that they can hit too. Love. So, does that kind of talk about what you were thinking?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's your own frustrations with your own limits and your capacity to do something on a consistent day. This day I did it great. How come I can't do it great again? Every day. No. You know, that is your comprehension of learning your gauge and where you need to practice. So, and you know, just the other day I had to reckon with myself. If I would have wanted my opera done before now, by God, I would have had it done before now. So all my little hangups about my life doesn't mean anything because I haven't composed I haven't, you know, produced my opera yet. all of that negates everything that I've learned up until now. You know, it doesn't honor all of my practice and wellness. It doesn't honor all of my history and studying and all of my sacrifices I made to enter into every single one of my music classes and learn something that time. It doesn't honor my process for me to say I have failed at something. And I'm learning that now. I'm learning that if I wanted something to be different, I could have done it different, that I chose not to, and I must honor that. You know, and it's kind of like a lot of love relationships that I can think of too for myself. But the point being is that we honor our willingness to learn as much as we honor the talent of what we've learned. Okay. The utilization of what we learn. So we don't disgrace our own voice ever. You know, one time I had a student and she says, you know, oh my God, you know, sometimes my voice just doesn't sound like what I want it to sound like. And it doesn't have, you know, and you sing a song 1,000 times, but it just doesn't sound like what you want it to sound like. You know, as a singer, if you call yourself a singer, it doesn't matter what it sounds like. If you know how to sing, every word that you sing will have the emotional impact behind it as to your now capacity to deliver it. So sometimes you change the tonality or you change the notes that are in a song because they feel that note more than they felt the one that was written for it. You know what I mean? When I say that they wait, I don't mean it's in vain. So I may sing that 1,000 times, but each time it might come out different. And what's hard for me is to get it out the same way each time. Because when I say that they wait, I don't mean it's in vain. I got to learn how to have what power I want to have behind it to affect the audience or the emotion that I'm trying to trigger. When I say that they wait, I don't mean it's in vain. What is my emotion? What am I trying to show the angst? Am I trying to show the power? Am I trying to show the sorrow? What is it that my expression is attempting to show at this moment? And that's my therapy. That's where my therapy comes in. I'm expressing an emotion that I have right now, regardless of where the notes say they need to be. When I'm singing my song, yes, I'm practicing, but there is a therapeutic of me releasing an emotion that is as well happening for me, as well as your audience when you get there. You know what I mean? They go on their own particular journey that's got nothing to do with you. And that's what I decided, you know, is that I'm at a place where am I dedicated to expressing my art, or am I dedicated to having my art? What is it? Is it for me, or is it for others? And, you know, I think that if it was for others, I would be compelled to get it out a little bit more. It might just be for me. It might have been just for me to get me right here, which is right now, so that I could have a new dream. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, isn't it funny that now I have to edit and sound edit and all this other stuff with my YouTube and my, you know, other stuff, when like that wasn't ever going to be my job. I still haven't figured out how to motivate myself to do all of that. And yet that's the job now, beyond wellness. But it is how my study of sound and my study of editing and my study of all this stuff that I thought was for my productions is now for my work. Go fucking figure. You know? Doesn't, you know, so I don't know why I'm studying what I'm studying, and if it's going to be used for what it's going to be used for. I'm studying because I'm compelled to study. Whatever it's going to be used for later on, I can guess. Doesn't mean I'll know anything, but I can guess. I can attempt to have an ambition to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But let's look at our false, heroes like Madonna. She's been doing her whole life mastering the stage production, teaching billions and billions and billions of other artists how to fucking do it. The template she laid for the media life and being able to manage the media life that is, Instagram and all access and all that other shit that is natural now. Everybody's doing it, fucking from your kindergartner to your kindergartner's teacher. Everybody's doing it. Everybody is exposing their life to everybody else via these visuals and stuff like that. And do you know how to edit your life to make it look good? You know what I mean? I do these Zoom shows and they have all this stuff in the background. I don't know how to get that, but I know there's an option.
Yeah.
One day I'll explore the option.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, and the fact of the matter is I've been taught all of these options, and one day I'll explore them. And hopefully they'll be, in time to be useful for whatever it is that I'm supposed to do with it, that I don't know yet. But that's what I mean. Like Madonna, she ain't fucking she ain't got no reason to master the theater now. No reason to master directing now. But she's in that, sort of teacher position where she's teaching people how to use their money wisely now with the whole give back culture. She's teaching people how to stand up for principles now. So all of her theatrics and all of her shows and all of her shit that she did in order to master her talent has got nothing to do with what her calling is currently right now, which is teaching people to stand on principle and live their life, which has always been that way. But I mean, that's the thing, is like, you don't know what you're going to be here for. You don't know. You think you're coming out of here to get money, and then all of a sudden you're actually out here to honor some other buddy's art. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z became fucking mogul, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Then he started responding to Basquiat art. Now Basquiat is back and revived and like fucking mainstream culture right now. You know what I mean? So you don't know why you are called to have the effect that you're called to have, or the training that you're called to have. It's beyond you, but we're called to do the moment by moment that we're called to do, and we adhere to that. Sometimes we try to direct it, sometimes we try, but eventually we come to find out that our talents will be used elsewhere than we imagined. Like your talents and the things that you have taught me and expressed to me and given to me in just the basic validation of my work has been instrumental in my ability to not lose faith and to resist becoming complacent and to maintain any ambition that I have for everything. It's just, that's the facts. You know what I mean? So me being called to do work for you that one first day, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, however long it was, I had every one intention of what that meant to me and why I was involved in it. It turned out to be nothing of the sort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you made me believe in myself that I could pull off a concert. And as far as I was concerned, we did, because we got everybody that we said we were going to be there. We generated the population that would have donated to our cause. And it's just that the people whose name we were doing it under, they backed out at the last minute and they lost for that reason. What did we see? We saw when we went to the show, remember me and you went to the show, that would have been ours if they didn't back out.
Huh.
And there was what, about 300 people there giving $20 and $30 donations, plus $5 food, you know, donation. I mean, the irony that would have gone to the cause that we wanted it to go to, which it did. Trust and believe that it went to the cause that we wanted it to go to. We just didn't get any recognition or name for the concept of the idea, because we weren't involved in any of the work that it took to make that happen, because it had to happen because we backed out, because our organization that we were working for backed out. So then, so I didn't jump on the bandwagon to continue with this other group that we had, you know, so there's just like, again, I could have, if I had the mindset and the energy to jump on that bandwagon, I could have, but it was inauthentic for me, because, you know, the American Indian movement is my cause. And so to jump on somebody else's cause for my bandwagon just because my shit didn't get pulled off for my cause is not how I do things. I went in support of, because I believed in that cause as well. And I brought you because you believed in that cause as well. The Amamutsan tribal lands and ceremonial lands and stuff that they have that need protecting is valid and under sacred rights.
Well, it's all connected.
Yeah, it all came to a great event, greater probably even still than what we would have put on if we could, because we had rock and rollers and blues artists and they had native artists. So, I mean, it would have just been really compelling to do it all. And we can do it all again one day, and we can have another concert and we can do it. But I now have the faith that I can do that because of you. I didn't feel like I had the potential to pull off an event, a musical produce a musical event that way, because I thought I wasn't cool enough because I didn't have hip hop artists or punk rock artists, or somehow a scene, that my scene is, you know, old timers and blues and folk artists. And I didn't know that that's good enough, that that's okay too. You brought that to me to be able to say, okay, I don't have to narrow my perspective to being only pop and what's popular. Like, there's music everywhere and we all care about their causes and stuff like that. So you brought that out in me, and my faith of that capacity, which then helps me lead to the fact that I can pull off my opera however I want to, under any capacity. Shit, there's a curtain right here, I can pull off my opera. You know, I'll start doing this, you know, it doesn't matter anymore. This is where everybody's stuck now.
Yeah.
So we're all in it, you know what I mean? Now I just have, you know, that came to me. That which I couldn't go to, it came to me. Same like Mount Madonna. When I went to study Ayurveda, there was only a school in New Mexico. I wasn't gonna go to New Mexico. Shit, I can't even, what the hell are you talking about? I'm gonna ride my bike there. I wasn't gonna go to New Mexico to study. I have no life in New Mexico that I wanted to ambitiously run after, the way that, you know, this is, and it's, wellness is only a secondary dream because I have to participate in life as it is currently. It wasn't part of my ambition to be a career in wellness, you know. It's my ambition to, you know, to have opera productions as my way of life and stuff. But I did not want to study opera music. I did not want to study opera. I studied theater a little bit, but I had no desire to be in tiny little theater productions, even though they would have gained me great experience. I didn't cultivate that as a career. I cultivated wellness as a career. And so ironic that I didn't comprehend there wouldn't be a later to get those experiences back, as far as theatrical experience, that I wasn't going to get my opera produced in time for me to develop those skills that I would have to develop those skills once I started producing. So that's my lesson. That's my study now. So, you know, so whatever. I'm saying this as examples, you know, examples of, you know, starting off one place, getting to another place and realizing that was the place you were supposed to prepare to be. I'm supposed to prepare twice a week to meet with you. So far, we've got a good once a week practice. So we're going to get to that too. Should we continue though?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go through 2 more times the AEIOUs. And then we'll check in and we'll see if you're solid and if you want to start singing a song. And if you want to start singing a song, we're going to go through it 2 or 3 times to see if you're satisfied with that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let's start. Bravo.
Are we doing like scale 3s and going up and down?
4. A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do it again.
you.
I think we fucked up.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have you do it on your own, okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay, go. Low.
What?
Yeah. Oh. You. So you're saying you don't want to go higher than that? You just want to be right there?
I don't know.
Going down.
The curtain's open on their side.
Too bright for you? Okay. Let's start from the top and do down. Okay, so we're gonna go.
Okay.
Give it a shot. Try to go lower. So you can go a register lower than me, and I can go register higher than you. So together we're almost 8 octaves. We're almost 4 octaves.
Yeah.
You know, what's that word? Yeah, not there. Can't do that. But hang on. God, bully. This is what's bugging me around here, just so you know. He's a good one. All right. Let's have just give me a oh. I just want to hear your voice.
Oh.
Okay, now do that in a higher pitch. Oh.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, I want you to do that 5 times. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, now I want you to do it from the high to the low. Oh, wait. Harder. Takes thought. Try it again. All right. So we're gonna do some old school. Okay, first we're gonna do Bumblebee, then we're gonna do Zumblesy, then we're gonna do Yumble Ye. Okay, so first it goes Bumblebee, 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 Bumblebee. Okay, so we're gonna do that 3 times.
Okay.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Okay, wait. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Yeah. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. I'm recording.
Okay.
No. No. Yeah. So. What?
Are we keeping it on going?
What was that? Yeah.
We're gonna keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. Bumblebee, bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
Good job.
Bumblebee.
All right, can you do one more? Hi.
I don't think I'm kidding. Yeah,
you did it good. Okay, so Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
Okay, in this one, we're gonna do a call and response. So I do it and then you do it, okay?
Okay, all right.
Okay, we did the bumblebee. Now we're on the second one. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Good. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Good.
Bumblebee.
Like it. Good. That's good. Bumblebee.
Wait. Bumblebee.
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 Okay, we're gonna do that one again. Bumble. Bumblebee. Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Good. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Okay, we're gonna do 2 rounds, 2 more rounds of that. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Very nice. I want you to make sure you take your breath first. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
Good.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. No. Bumblebee.
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 Good. One more time. Bumblebee.
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 That's a little too low. Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
All right. So now we're going to change it up only slightly. We're going to do Zumblezee with the Z. Okay?
Okay.
Zumblezee.
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 Okay, now we're gonna do Yambo. Yambo Z. Yambo Z. Yambo Z.
Zumblezee.
Yambo Z.
Zumblezee.
Yambo Z.
Zumblezee.
Yambo
Yambozi. Yambozi.
Yambozi.
Yambozi.
Yambozi.
Yambozi.
Yambozi.
Yambozi.
All right. Sing for me.
Okay.
Whatever song you want to sing, however you want to sing it, sing for me.
Okay. Well, I've been singing the scientist. But I was doing more last time saying it, but I kind of got some like tears out, I guess, or had some emotion, I guess. But
Sing what you feel like singing. If you feel like singing something right now, make sure that's closed.
okay.
The light.
Okay. Come out to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. And
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Are you there? Everything good?
Just give me a second. I need to get on the key or okay. Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets, ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, common tails, as a science apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing of numbers and figures, pulling your puzzle apart. Questions science, science in progress, just speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. I'm going back to the start. Ow.
I know.
What?
It's a tough. I know it's a tough and it's an emotional song.
Yeah.
Each.
And I want to give it justice, and I have to constantly this is how it is when I sing with the video.
Yeah. I know that the song is important and that you want it to be cool and all. The thing about it is the therapy behind you singing it in the words. You will become strengthful and more strengthful, that it will become more compelling in your voice. And you will eventually get to the point where the heart isn't broken as you sing. And then you'll kind of wish that it was, because you need that emotion to sing it.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to sing it with the thing. So it sounds a lot better when I sing it when I'm singing with it to them. Oh. Come out to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets, ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, common tales, as on a science apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing numbers and figures, pulling your puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress, just speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and hug me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be so hard. I'm going back to the start. It's almost dramatically, if I sing it one more time, I get the highs, like to a point where it's good, to where I think it's not like great, but like good enough, I guess I could say.
You're looking for the
my level of experience.
I mean, it's good that you're
Do it one more time.
The other person.
Do it one more time so I can show you.
What's that?
I'm gonna do it one more time so I can show you.
Okay.
Come out to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets, ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, common tails, as our science apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Take me back to the start. I was just guessing and numbers and figures, pulling your puzzle apart. Questions of science, science and progress. Don't speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Oh, and I rush to the stars, running in circles, chasing tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to fall. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be so hard. I'm going back to the start.
Okay. Good job. Okay, so, okay, wait. I'm going to ask you to sing it just a little bit higher than what it's, because, okay, so you're singing at a voice that is much like your talking voice. I want you to take it up a little bit higher. So give me his starting note.
Come up to meet you.
Okay. Come out to meet you. Okay, I want you to do it. Come out to meet you.
Come out to meet you.
Tell you I'm sorry.
Come out to meet you. Tell you I'm sorry.
Okay, now I want you to sing it all in that voice right there.
Okay, all right. Come out to meet you. Tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are.
You don't know how lovely you are. Do it. You don't know.
You don't know.
Higher.
You don't. You don't know. You don't know how lovely you are.
There you go.
You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you. Tell you I need you. Tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets. Ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming tails, as a sign apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to fall. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard.
Oh, take me.
Oh, take me back to the start. I was just guessing numbers and figures, pulling your puzzles apart. Questions of science, science in progress, just speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. When I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said no. No, like
Nobody said.
no. Nobody said it was easy. Nobody said it was easy. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be so hard. I'm going back to the start. Oh, I want to do those.
Oh, you don't want to?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get that.
Well, I want you to start practicing it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I think your voice is prettier. And I think that it will keep you in your singing register. I don't want you to be in your in your talking register until you've practiced learning how to sing. Because and that's okay if we're not at the right exact tone. Okay, because we're practicing your singing voice and getting your singing voice nice, because that's what you want. You want the audience to be able to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Your voice is enjoyable at the higher pitches.
Yeah.
There is some low tones that are very nice too, but you haven't figured out how to get rid of
Yeah.
So we're going to work through that by coming from the high until we get comfortable with our breath and our vocal cords, and then we'll bring it down into the voice so that we can learn to have the same vocal quality lower. So your practice, along with your breath work now and your AEIOU, is going to be doing the alphabet. A, B, we talked about this before. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So you're still going to be doing it from low to high all the way up till you can get, and then coming back down. Think you can do that?
Can you walk me through it again?
A, B, C,
A,
B,
B, E.
First, you got to know the alphabet.
Oh. Well, it sounded like you said E.
You know your alphabet?
Yeah, I know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, P, Q, R, S, T.
Wait a second.
Yeah. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, G. I get A, B, C, A, B,
H-I-J.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J,
Circle down.
K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Okay, so it's something like that. Don't feel like your tonality has to be exact. Your job is to practice enunciating A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, but do it in a tonality progression and then ascension.
Okay. All right.
Ascending and descending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, you know, do it if you remember to do it. But ultimately, I want you to start singing higher pitched on your I want to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sing higher pitched on that one. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Just practice
All right.
higher.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Okay?
And can you drop one a
Practice video.
a practice video for me for the A E I O U.
Oh, when we're supposed to do sustain.
Sorry, no, the A B C D E F G.
Okay.
And maybe do the also if you can the A
E. I forgot to do that, I guess. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, not spacey at all. Because I mean,
Good.